Hello, good morning. This is Greg Sherinian from gregsherinian.com, and today I'd like to talk to you about goals. So I'd like to start off with a few quotes like I usually do. Um, so the first one is people with goals succeed because they know where they are going, and that's by Earl Nightingale. Um, Review your goals twice every day in order to be focused on achieving them. That's Les Brown. What keeps me going is my goals. That's Muhammad Ali. Setting goals is the first step in turning the invisible into the visible. That's Tony Robbins. So going back to Earl Nightingale, um, I listened to Earl Nightingale a lot. You can actually go to YouTube and look up Earl Nightingale. He's one of the older ones for self-development. A lot of people have copied him. So just look him up and you'll find a lot of information. But anyway, when I was listening to him, what struck me was he was saying that people with goals are successful, which does make sense. And I'm going to talk about that. So he was saying that people with goals are successful. Now, they did studies on students who actually, when they left college or university, I forget which one it was, but they had set their goals and they wrote their goals before they left. And they followed them like 20 years later. Now, the ones who had written down their goals had actually achieved them. The ones who had no goals had not got very far. Okay, so that's one thing. So they also did a study, and then they had goals, and they had depressed people as well as people who weren't depressed. But they found that when the goals were not specific and they were just vague, people tended to be more depressed. And the depressed people had the vague goals. So when you're setting your goals, they've got to be specific, right? I'll give you a couple of examples here. I want to exercise. Okay, that's pretty vague, right? How long are you going to exercise? What are you going to do, right? You know, like something better would be, I want to exercise. Hi, Tom. Something specific would be, I want to exercise every day for 30 minutes. I'm going to wake up half an hour early every morning to accomplish that, right? That's more specific. I'm going to go, to walk for 30 minutes. I'm going to go this specific route this day. The next day, I'm going to go another route. That's more specific, right? Another example of a vague goal is I want to grow my business. Okay, well, how are you going to accomplish that, right? That's too vague. I want to grow my business by being on Facebook and contacting 2 people every single day, 2, 5, whatever the number is. Set a specific number. I want to reach out to 5 people every day, talk to these 5 people every single day to grow my business. Then I'm going to do Facebook Lives every single day to grow my business. Then I'm going to go on some other platforms as I grow my customers. I'm going to go on other platforms to grow it even more, right? That is more specific. So you have to be specific. So the other thing is you've got to write your goals down. Writing your goals down is very important. So when you write your goals down, the people who wrote their goals down are 50% more likely to succeed than not writing them down. And then I looked up some stats in America, but I'm just going to say everybody in general, less than 3% had written goals. and less than 1% review their goals and review and rewrite their goals. So there's a small amount of people who do goals, right? So you want to be in that 3%. So that's why I suggest writing your goals. Now, let's take an example of me, for instance. When I went to cooking school, I was very focused on cooking, right? I didn't talk to anybody. I didn't see anybody. All I did was study for cooking school, and that was it. I'd go to my classes. I'd study as hard as I could, and I wanted to graduate. That was it. That was my goal, right? And I did it, and I graduated, and then, but after that, I had more important goals. So it was graduate school, get my, yes, you're right, Tom. Not many people do write down their goals. Thanks for mentioning that. So yes, I wanted to graduate cooking school, but I wanted to get my red seal and gold seal, which I accomplished, right? I wrote a test and got my red seal and gold seal. Then I wanted to go work somewhere that would accept a gold seal, right? I didn't just want to work anywhere. I wanted to work somewhere where you needed your certification to work. So I did that as well, right? So I did, in all, I wound up cooking 17 years of my life. And then I sort of got bored of doing that, right? However, I was interested in computers, and my dream was to, hi Susan, thanks for joining. So my dream in going to, my dream was to work with computers and be a network, work with networking in an IT department. So I went to school again. Hi, Marietta. So I went to school again, and I was very focused on passing these courses, even though some of them I had a really hard time. I had a really hard time with math. I had to really, really focus and study on math. Now, this time it was a bit different. I had a family to support, so, you know, I wanted to spend time with my family as well. Right. I didn't just want to alienate my family, say I'm doing school and that's it. You know, I'll see you in 2 years. No, I made time for my family as well. But the important thing is I did graduate. I did graduate with distinction, and I did work for the college for a little bit, for the student association for a couple of years. So that was very important. But what I'm trying to tell you is when I didn't have these goals, I found that I would, it'd be sort of like a ship without a destination, right? The ship doesn't just go off somewhere, or a plane doesn't just fly for the sake of flying, right? They need a destination, but I had no destination, right? I accomplished those things. And I found when I don't have goals set, that I tend to have some of the negative emotions, like I get depressed, just because I have a specific thing to work towards, right? And I find that that can help you a lot if you have depression, is to have some kind of goal and work on it. But it's got to be specific, right? Not vague, not just something. So now what I'm going to do is tell you a few ways, once you set your goals, what you can do. So like I said before, I'd recommend writing them down. But another way is to take your goal. Let's say, even if you have a vague goal, let's say I want to lose weight. Okay. So take that and every morning study that goal for 30 minutes, okay? And brainstorm what you could do to lose weight. So let's use that as I want to lose weight. Okay, so what can I do to lose weight? I could exercise. I could exercise every day for 30 minutes. Okay, that's good. I could cut down sugar in my diet by eliminating cake and cookies. Okay, that's another one, right? I could cut down on carbs to lose weight. Okay, that's another one. Rather than drinking pop, I could drink water. Okay, that's another one. So you get the idea. I'm not going to keep on going on about weight loss, but you know what I mean. You just sit there and brainstorm, right? And then you get a list of ideas. And the more you do it, the more your brain is focused on getting those goals, right? Because technically we are a goal-seeking machine. So if you start focusing on what you want every single day by having specific goals and you write down things, then your mind is going to go and find ways to accomplish those goals, right? So that's why it's very important to take the time every day. You don't have to start with like 30 minutes. Start with 5, right? Start with 2 and work up, right? I mean, when I started meditating, I could only meditate for a minute and then I worked up. So, you know, don't try to overextend yourself, because what's going to happen is then you're going to get bored and then you're not going to do it, right? You're going to fail. Okay, so I told you to write down your goals every day, and I think that's very important. And then one thing I would also suggest is to read those goals out loud to yourself, right? Read them out loud to yourself every day, as well as brainstorming. So that's what I have today. I'd like to thank everybody who's taken the time to listen, and thank you very much for joining my live. Have an awesome day, everybody. Thank you very much.